Okay, now we'll go back to this. Okay, so we got y equals mx plus b. All we have to fill in and what we know. We know the slope is negative 1/3, and we know the b is 2. So we're done. That was way too easy.
I thought it was my head.
My voice is? My voice is doing weird things?
Is the microphone on or something?
That's probably better, isn't it? Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay. It was going through my computer, sorry. Okay. All right. So now this one, they weren't as nice to us. So I'm going to actually do it both ways so you can kind of see. So draw a line like this. I'm going to do y equals mx plus b. I know I need m and b to come up with the equation of the line. So m they gave me is negative 1/2. I need to find b. So they gave me this, and they also gave me an x and a y. Oh, look at that. I can plug it into here. I can plug 3 things in. This is x, this is y. So y is negative 1 equals the slope, which is negative 1/2, times x, which is 8, plus b. I don't know what b is, but I can solve for b. So negative 1 equals negative 4 plus b. Add 4 to both sides, and b is equal to 3. And then I can write the equation of the line. All right, so that's one way to do it. The other way, when they give you the point and a slope, is to use the point-slope form. See, you hear that in the name, point-slope? Okay, so the x1, y1 you get from the point. You get that from the point. So you do y minus negative 1. That's my y. My slope is negative 1/2. And x minus 8. Now right now you're thinking, now that's a whole lot more work, but it's not. So this becomes y plus 1. I'm going to distribute the negative 1/2. It's getting a lot closer now, isn't it? Y plus 1. Negative and a negative becomes a plus? Oh, x1 and y1 you get from your point. The x1 and the y1 come from the point, okay? And then I subtract 1 from both sides, and lo and behold, I get my equation. So either way is acceptable. Okay? You're used to this one, but sometimes this one comes in handy. All right, so now write an equation of a line that passes through this and is parallel to and perpendicular to this line. So let's do A first. We need parallel. So to write an equation of a line, we need m and b if I'm going to use y equals mx plus b, which is what I'm going to do. I need m and b to do a parallel line. You know the slopes of parallel lines are the what? The parallel lines have the same slope. So the slope of our new line is going to be the same as the original line because it's parallel. So now I go and I plug in the point in the slope and I find out what b is. Subtract 6. And b equals negative 5. Okay? So then I can write my equation. Kind of don't have a lot of room here, but that's okay. Y equals negative 3x plus negative 5. So that's my parallel line. Let's do perpendicular. Perpendicular slope to my original line is going to be the what? Opposite reciprocal, which would be what? 1/3. Okay, now they give you a fraction. Fraction's not going to be easy in either form, but it's not too bad. So I'm gonna use the point slope form for this one. Okay, I plug in my x and my y and my slope. So it's y minus 1 equals 1/3 x minus a negative 2, which is going to be plus 2. Not too bad. Now I got to distribute. I know you're saying, oh, look at those nasty fractions. Well, you're going to have fractions in either form. It doesn't matter. But really, fractions are friendly. They're not bad. Look at, what's the denominator going on here? 3, right? So I got to put this as a denominator of 3. So if I have the number 1, and I need to write it as a fraction with a denominator 3, what would the fraction be? 3 over 3. 3/3, right? 3 over 3. So I'm just going to change this 1 right now to 3 over 3. So I have a common denominator all the way across. And then I add 3/3 to both sides. Plus 3/3 equals 5/3. That is my perpendicular equation. 1/3 x plus 5/3. Fractions are there. They don't go away. Okay, let's turn this over. We got more to do. I don't like these points. I think I need to point out something different. So I want you to cross those points off and do 0. 6, 20. So do something else. It was not intentional. Okay, some of you can stop and look at those points and notice something right away. Others of you maybe not. So this is what happens. So when you write an equation, remember you have to come up with m and b. If you can't notice something here right away, let's do change in y over change in x. Oh, what's going to happen? It's going to be a slope of 0. Fun.
0, 5.
Not undefined. It is not undefined. It's a slope of 0, which is what kind of line? He's skiing along and it's 0 fun. It's a what kind of line? Horizontal. What's the y-intercept? Look at that. 20. So both of the y's are 20, isn't it? Yes, yes? The y's are 20. So the equation of the line is just y equals 20. Horizontal line, it hits the y-intercept at 20. If you guys were to write this out, y equals 0x plus 20, what happens to this right here? It goes away, and that's why it becomes that. 0, slope of 0, not undefined, slope of 0, okay? Okay, so they gave you 2 points. You need m and you need b to write an equation of a line. So first you find the slope. Change in y over change in x. I know. 12 over negative 6 equals negative 2. There's my slope. Negative 2. They didn't give me the y-intercept, gosh darn it all. So I got to plug in a point, and I got to plug in the slope. It doesn't matter which point I use. I'm going to just pick this one. 5 equals negative 2 times negative 2 plus b. 5 equals 4 plus b. Subtract 4, b equals 1. Now I can write my equation. I have m and b. Y equals negative 2x plus 1. Oh, looky here, we get story problems.
Favorite.
They're good. They're good. It's all good. So this section is about writing equations of lines from points, right? So let's read this. In a chemistry experiment, you record the temperature of a compound to be -5 1 minute after you begin the experiment. Oh, 6 minutes after you begin the experiment, the temperature is 20 degrees. Write a linear equation that models the temperature of the compound in relation to elapsed time. Woo! Okay, so first of all, I can't even start this until I have 2 points. I need 2 points from this information. So I have a question for you. Does temperature depend on time or time depend on temperature? So if you thought of a graph, the temperature would be on what axis? Y. Temperature depends on time, so if you were to write that as an ordered pair, the time is your x and the temperature is your y, correct? Sometimes you have to think big picture before you can come up with this. Temperature depends on time. Time is x, temperature is y, correct? So now I can go back up here and I bet you I can get a couple of ordered pairs. Look, 1 minute, my temperature is what? Oh, what's my other ordered pair? 6 minutes, temperature is 20. Right on. Now we got what we need to write the equation of the line. So I got to subtract the y's, subtract the x's, no, that's a negative, equals 5. M is 5. Pick a point to plug in. I like not using negatives, so I'm going to use that point. 20 equals 5 times 6 plus b. And b equals -10 if you were to finish it out. So the equation is 5x minus 10. Y equals 5x minus 10. So if I start at -10, I add 5 degrees each time. I go up by a minute. Okay, last one. This is pretty quick. Ladies and gentlemen, are we working in equations with 1 variable or 2 variables in this section? X and Y, right? 2 variables. So that's what we're going to come up with here. You have $6 to spend on drinks and a salad at the school cafeteria. The drinks cost $1.25 each, and the salad costs 20 cents per ounce. So I'm going to say my X is my drinks, and my salads are Y. Salads per ounce. X is drinks, that's really sloppy, sorry, and Y is salads per ounce. I have a total of $6. How much does each drink cost? Each salad, what a pain that would be if you measured your salad by ounce for the cost downstairs. What a pain that would be. Write an equation that models the situation. $1.25 per drink plus 20 cents per salad ounce equals $6. What form is this in? You have to remember this in one of your in your homework problems. If you're given an equation and y equals mx plus b, can you move it into standard form? Yes. It just has x and y on the same side. So you just got to move it if it asks you to do that. Yeah? Whew, you guys look tired. I know that was a lot.